Prepare to go on an adventure where innovation and technology are pushing the limits of what we thought was possible. We're counting down the top 10 innovations that will leave you absolutely amazed. From the promise of commercial nuclear fusion power to high-tech clothing that monitors your heart, these advancements are set to reshape our world. And guess what? There are even more amazing surprises in this video, so stay tuned as we discover the world of cutting-edge innovation and discovery. Number 10. Commercial nuclear fusion power. Nuclear fusion is a process where we create energy by smashing hydrogen particles together at extremely high temperatures, similar to how the sun produces energy. The big advantage of fusion is that we have an almost endless supply of hydrogen, and the only thing it produces is harmless helium. Unlike other energy sources, fusion is very safe because it doesn't create long-lasting radioactive waste. Many countries and private companies are working on fusion research, with a major project called ITER set to start producing more energy than it consumes in 2026. However, fusion research is slow and expensive, mainly because we need to create temperatures hotter than the sun to kickstart the fusion reaction, which currently requires more energy than it generates. Number 9. The Apollo moon suit. Back in the 1960s, NASA had a tricky problem to solve. They needed spacesuits that would let astronauts walk on the moon comfortably. The earlier suits used for spaceflight were stiff, bulky, and not very flexible. They were wearing thick balloons, making it hard to move around. So, NASA had to come up with something better for the Apollo lunar missions. After trying out a bunch of designs, they settled on the suit used for the Apollo 11 moon landing. This suit, despite looking big, was actually quite agile. It had special rotating joints in the gloves, thin rubber fingertips that allowed astronauts to feel things, and a smart cable and pulley system to support the shoulders. While not exactly comfy, astronauts could wear these suits for up to 8 hours on the moon, protecting them from the extreme temperatures and vacuum of space. Number 8. Holon Autonomous Transport Vehicle (CES) often generates excitement around automotive innovations, and it's no surprise why. Concept cars are stunning, the promises are bold, and the real-world application is nearly within reach. Take, for instance, the Holon electric people mover, designed for public transit with a capacity of 15 passengers. It's planning to start testing in Germany this year and aims to roll out in the US by 2025, initially serving places like campuses, airports, and national parks. Another attention-grabbing urban transportation option is the Squad Mobility Solar City car, tailored for city commuters. Number 7. Digital twin of a customer. Imagine if someone built a crystal ball, but it was super dull. Well, that's what's happening with AI and digital twins of customers. They can predict the future, but only when it comes to which toilet paper brand you'll choose. It might sound like something out of a book by Balzac, but it's real. Companies are using AI and lots of data to make digital copies of customers. These copies help you understand what you might buy and how changes in the shopping world affect your choices based on what's known about you. As competition gets tougher and borrowing money gets pricier, businesses want to make sure they pick the right products, services, and marketing. Playing around with customer categories, kind of like in the Sims game, can save money and make shareholders happy. But here's the catch. While this tech works for groups of customers, it might not be the same for individuals. People are getting smarter about protecting their data from being used to manipulate them. Number 6. Clothes to monitor heart rates. Sure, we've got some cool smartwatches and Fitbits to track our health, but get ready for the next big thing. Clothes that keep an eye on your heart. These special clothes don't just count your steps. They actually measure your heart rate super accurately and send that data to a fancy computer in the cloud. Then, this computer looks at the info to spot any weird heartbeats or other heart issues. Once it figures things out, it can suggest the right treatments. These heart monitoring clothes could be a game changer, especially for folks with heart problems. They can help catch breathing problems early and keep people healthier. Number 5. the Apollo guidance computer. In the 1960s, flying to the moon wasn't just about pointing rockets and hoping for the best. It required a super advanced navigation computer. NASA teamed up with MIT to create the Apollo guidance computer, which was the first ever digital flight computer with integrated circuits. This computer was a real hero, helping Apollo astronauts make their way to the moon and back 6 times successfully. What's mind-blowing is that this computer did all that incredible navigation with just 2 kilobytes of RAM and 36 kilobytes of programming, running at a snail's pace of 1 megahertz. It might not have been as smart as today's washing machines, but it was way more capable and laid the foundation for the small computers we use today. Number 4, 6G. Even though we're still busy exploring the wonders of IoT, self-driving tech, and entertainment on the internet, it's time to peek into the future of internet service. 6G. The cool thing is we don't have all the details yet, so we can dream big and save our complaints for later when reality sets in. Don't hold your breath though. We probably won't see 6G in action until around 2030, following the usual 10-year telecom upgrade cycle. What we do know is that 6G aims to outdo 5G with faster data, super low delays, tons more connections, and energy savings. See, whether it'll be as mind-blowing as the jump from 4G to 5G is uncertain. Experts agree that AI will play a big role, along with a focus on secrecy, security, and privacy. What's new is that governments like Korea, Japan, and the US want a say in designing their country's 6G infrastructure, which might have both pros and cons for our privacy. Number 3, exoskeleton, plus robots everywhere. Robotic exoskeletons are gearing up to become a game changer, not only for the military, including the Army, Navy, and Air Forces, but also for people with disabilities who face mobility challenges. While prosthetic limbs have made significant strides, the prospect of having a complete robotic body opens up exciting possibilities for individuals with disabilities worldwide. Think of it as the next level beyond robot vacuum cleaners and smart home gadgets. In the near future, we might see larger and more versatile robots that can take care of various tasks for us at home, in offices, and even in public spaces. This exciting era of robotic assistance could well kick off in the coming decade. Number 2, the lunar module. Grumman Corporation faced a monumental challenge when tasked with building NASA's Apollo lunar module. These machines were meant to operate only in space, so they didn't need the usual sleek design or aerodynamics. Engineers had to transform the concept into a real spaceship, and that meant stripping away anything not essential for landing on the moon. They removed windows, seats, and even side panels from the lower stage to make it lighter. However, it was still too heavy to fly, so Grumman had to get creative. They used groundbreaking methods like chemically etching tiny parts to shave off grams. Despite the challenges, 10 lunar modules flew, and each one performed its job flawlessly, including the Apollo 13 LM, which saved the crew after an oxygen tank explosion. Number 1, high-temperature superconductivity. High-temperature superconductivity, HTS, is when special ceramics can conduct electricity with zero or very little resistance at temperatures higher than a super cold, 196 degrees Celsius, 321 degrees. The cool thing is, you don't need fancy coolants like super cold liquid helium to make them work. Regular liquid nitrogen will do. These HT superconductors can also handle much stronger magnetic fields than the ones that need to be super cold. Now, the big deal here is that HTS can make our electricity systems better. It can reduce power losses and make things more energy efficient, which is great for the environment. Some peoples are even talking about using it in fusion reactors, but that's still a long way off. Right now, HTS tech is getting better, but it is more complicated and expensive than the old school stuff we use. What are your thoughts on the advancements in space technology, such as the Apollo moon suit and lunar module, and their contributions to space exploration? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it, leave a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Tap the bell icon to turn on notifications to stay updated with all our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.